Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning. It is Monday. We're going to get to traffic and weather in just a few minutes. Traffic is good. Weather's beautiful. We're talking Super Bowl.
That was thumbs up.
This is our Super Bowl post-game show because
Yes.
a lot of people, if you had to go to work today, you probably might have missed like the second half of the game last night, missed some of all the fun. So
I did.
First off, Erica Hernandez and RJ Marquez. 10 seconds, your overall impression of the game. Did you watch the game?
Half of it, but what I saw, Usher was amazing.
That's not the game. I'm talking about the game itself. We'll get to that stuff. It's just the game. She's already jumping in. Just the game. The game itself. 10
Game
seconds.
itself, 10 seconds. Patrick Mahomes, all-time top quarterback now, behind Brady, maybe behind Joe Montana, but he's up there. I would say third best quarterback all-time right now.
Future GOAT. We'll have some highlights and post-game for you. We'll hear from Patrick in just a few minutes. But first, let's talk. It's just always more than just the game.
Yes.
The Super Bowl it's almost like the game is a backdrop to everything else. Oh, yeah, and there is a game actually taking place on the field. So let's first talk about some of the big events last night. The world was worried about Taylor Swift. Would she make it?
She made it.
There she is.
She made it.
I mean, that let everybody rest easy last night when we saw her walking down the
Taylor
tunnel.
tracker.
The Taylor tracker.
Now, you were asking, like, how many times was this, was she shown? And I found it out for you.
Okay, we were in Vegas.
Yes.
So we figured there's going to be somebody betting on the over and under
Yes.
on how many times she gets shown on television during the game.
So she was shown 12 times for a total of 53 seconds, the longest cutaway lasting 10.5 seconds. So she got some good screen time.
She got some airtime.
Yeah.
Like she needs it, but she got it. So I don't know what the over-under was.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure it went over because I think for the AFC Championship game, they cut down a little bit. And even though CBS still had both broadcasts, I felt like they were going to her sweep a lot more than what they did during the AFC Championship game. Maybe because they knew that this was going to be more of a global audience.
That was first half, biting nails, worried.
And
Taylor.
you know what? She had a different group of people around her every time. Like, that's the thing. I was like, okay, next one up. Okay, next one.
Let's get buy a ticket to get in the suite with Taylor or something.
Yeah.
Take a number and, okay, your first quarter, your second
quarter,
your halftime, your third. So what did she have when they went to overtime? Did anybody have a ticket for the overtime with Taylor?
I think what we obviously saw there with her walking in was actress Blake Lively and rapper Ice Spice. So she did make it from traveling across seas. She made it in time.
Nervous.
That was the first half. I'm telling you, it was a
nail-biting game.
That first half was extremely worrisome.
Okay, so when we did not see Taylor Swift was during halftime because we got to witness and what most people think was a pretty incredible halftime show with Usher and friends.
My millennial heart was very happy.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, I grew up
all
with
the
Usher.
classics.
I grew up with his music, so I thought it was great, and I thought it fit the moment. Look, it was Vegas, first Vegas Super Bowl ever, and I thought they had a great mix of that. Look at this, Usher was skating. I mean, you could skate and sing.
I thought that was the best part, though.
Justin is loving it too. Justin was loving it.
Usher skating and singing at the same time. I was pretty impressed with that. And I know Usher was I know Justin was looking forward to this since they announced Usher. So real quick, Justin.
Usher Raymond.
Thumbs up. Thumbs down.
all the way.
Yeah.
Okay,
Lil
Justin's
Jon,
happy.
Ludacris showing up is great.
So Justin's
A
happy.
couple of mic issues, but I think overall,
overall was great.
It was an A effort for Usher out there.
The only thing, the glove. I mean, that's a Michael Jackson thing. No, that's a Michael Jackson. See, you guys aren't
Maybe
from
he's
the
paying
era.
homage
You
to
guys are
Michael Jackson.
not from the era.
But he did play a Super Bowl halftime show once.
Yeah, but
I mean, I was like 3 or 4.
That's a Michael Jackson thing. And then there were the commercials, and they were terrible. So there was only like 2 or 3 commercials that were worth anything last night.
Well, the ones that I did see, I did like the Dove commercial empowering girls in sports.
Okay.
And what was that other one? Oh, the
Dunkin'
Dunkin'.
Donuts.
Yeah.
That took the cake.
Yeah, that was great.
I did like that Michael Cera one, the CeraVe one, just because he's such a quirky actor that for him to do some like skin moisturizing cream and be the face of it was really weird because he's just kind of a weird actor to begin with. So I thought it kind of fit with his sort of style.
And then there were some movie trailers in there for some big movies
the
coming
movie trailers to me
out.
were
We talked about Deadpool, Wicked, Twisters, bringing back.
Oh, good. Another Twister. And it looked like the first Twister when you saw the preview.
Cow flying through.
Oh, yeah. It's like Hollywood at its finest. We'll just repeat something. Great. All right, we got more about the Super Bowl coming up throughout the show today. It was a great night. The first half was terrible. The commercials weren't all that much better than the first half, but we'll get to the highlights.
You just didn't like it, did you?
The first half, it was an hour and a half, and all I saw was commercials. The game was horrible in the first half. All right, let's get outside with live cam, check on the weather. That, my friends, is beautiful. This is perfect February weather.
Also, Twisters is going to be awesome. So you just
okay.
The weather guy.
Who was in the first one? Laura Dern and
Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
The great Bill Paxton.
And Bill Paxton were in the first one. How can they repeat that? Come on.
David, it's a classic. Hey, we're going to start off weather with a little trivia question about the Super Bowl. So here's the question for you. Where was the coldest outdoor Super Bowl played? Here are your choices. East Rutherford, New Jersey, Pasadena, California, New Orleans, Louisiana, or Houston, Texas.
Ooh, so you would automatically go with East Rutherford.
Now, the key here is outdoor.
Yeah, no, it was outdoor.
Well, RJ says he knows.
Although,
Pasadena?
What do you think?
I'm going with...
I'm going to go Pasadena.
I'm going with Houston.
Houston.
Because they played the Super Bowl in Houston before they moved inside the dome.
So it's either Houston or New Orleans. I know one of them's like a 70s Super Bowl. I want to say Vikings, Dolphins.
All right.
New Orleans.
You're right. It is.
I was going to go, yeah,
Orleans.
okay, that's the other one.
What?
Before the
Yeah.
dome.
So Super Bowl VI was played at Tulane Stadium, outdoors.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys beat the Dolphins 24-3. The kickoff temperature was 39 in New Orleans.
That's pretty balmy compared to some of the games they had this year.
Well, yeah.
Kansas City, Miami game.
It's true. Anyway, a little trivia for you as we go outside. Beautiful day is underway. 45 degrees. Feels like 39 here in San Antonio. 47 in New Braunfels. Feels like 41. Wind chills are in the 30s and 40s. If you're just now leaving the house because you slept in because the Super Bowl went really late, grab a jacket as you're going out the door this morning. We still got some gusty winds, too, gusting to 28 miles per hour here in San Antonio, and that's why we're seeing those wind chills. Very quickly, your weather headlines today. Valentine's Day, we're going to look at that forecast. Clouds are going to be rolling in, so if you have Valentine's dinner plans, you'll want to pay attention to that forecast. Meantime, our next chance of rain, Thursday and Friday. It's a small chance, but it is there. And then we've also got to talk about a possible freeze. This comes this weekend, upcoming weekend. More on that in just a few minutes, guys.
A lot more going on than just the Super Bowl, so here's a look at today's 9 at 9.
The Israeli military says 2 hostages held in Gaza for 128 days are now free and back in Israel after a covert operation overnight. The 2 men are said to be in good condition. President Biden voiced concerns over a potential Israeli ground offensive during a phone call with Israel's prime minister, as well as efforts to free the remaining hostages.
The Senate is inching closer to passing a $95 billion foreign aid plan. The bill includes wartime assistance money for Israel and Ukraine. If the Senate votes it through to the House, it's unclear whether Speaker Mike Johnson would hold a vote on it. Many House Republicans are opposed to more aid for Ukraine.
Former President Trump is under fire this morning for saying he would not want to protect NATO allies from future attacks if those countries didn't contribute enough defense spending. President Biden is calling his comments appalling and dangerous.
A new poll finds an overwhelming majority of Americans think President Biden is too old to serve as commander-in-chief. That same poll also finds 59% of Americans think both Biden and former President Trump are too old to serve another term. This comes after the report on Biden's handling of classified documents that called into question his mental capacity.
With new numbers on inflation due out this week, stock markets will trade today on a bit of a down note. Overnight futures are pointing to a slightly lower open after the S&P hit a new record high on Friday. Many traders hope slower inflation will prompt the Fed to cut interest rates in the next few months.
Tesla has temporarily cut the prices of some of its Model Y cars. The $1,000 price drop will be in effect through the end of this month. This comes after the company cut prices in Germany last month.
And President Biden is talking about shrinkflation. That's when product size shrinks, but the price stays the same. President Biden is calling it a ripoff, but not offering any specific solutions or policies.
Luxury giant Hermes is reporting sales of over $3.6 billion in the last quarter. That's up over 17%. The company says prices for products like the coveted Birkin bag will be going up this year.
950 items belonging to Sir Elton John will be up for auction in New York City. The sale could bring in more than $10 million. The items include a Yamaha grand piano, a signed pinball machine, and silver platform boots. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
All right, let's take it back out to Las Vegas. This is a live look. It looks quiet. The sun's just coming up, but I guarantee you there's some parties going on inside some of these hotels and casinos. There's probably Chiefs players who have not slept.
No, absolutely
yet.
not. No, definitely not. I saw Mecole Hardman. He was doing an interview with some of the morning networks. I was like, this guy has not been to bed since last night. Caught the game-winning touchdown pass.
Yeah.
So, yeah, rightfully so.
Went to the hotel, took a shower.
Pretty much, yeah.
And they are partying big time.
All right, David, highlights from this game.
3 Super Bowls out of 5 years.
Well, okay, so
2 in a row.
The dynasty? Is this a dynasty now? I mean, that's kind of what we're looking at here.
They're knocking on the door if they're not walking through it yet. All right, so last night, as we mentioned, the first half was, we don't even want to waste our time with the first half. So let's get to the third quarter. And this is a Super Bowl record field goal of 57 yards by Harrison Butker. So there you go.
And it came after a couple of big field goals from the 49ers kicker, too, and made a couple of shots. But this right here, really
this
kind of
might have been the turning point of the game right here.
And just an unfortunate sort of luck moment here. Speaking of Vegas, bad luck here for the 49ers.
Ball went off the 49er foot, then they fumbled it, and then there you go. There's a touchdown. Mahomes to, I like this, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And the Chiefs are up 13-10. So now let's go to the fourth quarter.
MVS.
Starting to get good. Starting to get good.
You know what, David? I thought Brock Purdy played pretty well. I mean, I thought the Chiefs defense, Purdy well, there you go. I thought the Chiefs defense did a lot of good things, but right here, Juwan Jennings gets a touchdown, put the Niners ahead here. But as you mentioned, we're talking that extra point.
Yeah, this could have been, if it wasn't for the fumble, this might have been the play of the game, because they missed the extra point, and that was costly down the stretch. And then Butker nails another field goal. So once again, we're tied at 16. And here we go. The 49ers are able to see this ended up field goals. But if you were watching the game, you could tell this thing was just pure intense, going back and forth. So San Francisco has a lead, 19-16. That left enough time for Mahomes to get them down into field goal range, and here we go.
Always has
another
time,
Butker field goal, and we are tied at 19, and we're headed to overtime. Overtime in the Super Bowl is a little different.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people were a little confused about the rules because in the regular season, if you score a touchdown, whoever receives the kickoff, that's it. That's the end of the game. But for the playoffs and for the Super Bowl, the 49ers could have gone down the field, scored a touchdown. They did not. But the Chiefs would have still had a chance.
Right. So in the overtime, both teams get a possession. Doesn't matter who does what. Both teams get a possession. You saw the 49ers kick the field goal, and then the Chiefs get their turn. They come down and score a touchdown. And matter of fact, the guy scored the touchdown, said he blacked out, didn't even know. And Mahomes had to go over there and say, hey, dude, we just won the Super Bowl.
Okay, David, so we're seeing Kyle Shanahan here. So a few thoughts. Controversy, because some people were saying that Kyle Shanahan should not have taken the ball to start the overtime, knowing that the 49ers would get the ball at some point no matter what the Chiefs did. So it's almost like the college rules. You got to know what the other team's going to do first. So a little bit of a mistake there. Kyle Shanahan, I think he said his defense was a little gassed.
Well, that was one of them. And he also said he was concerned about the third possession. So he thought he would score, they would score, and then it would come down to the third possession, that first overtime, and then they could score and win it. And his defense was gassed because Mahomes had led them on that long drive. And so Shanahan's defense was out there for a long time before they kicked that field goal to send it into overtime. So there's some controversy there. But the bottom line is, if Mahomes is not the GOAT, he's the future GOAT.
I mean, he was terrific. And, it's not only the passing, it's the running. I mean, he was their leading rusher, and every big play that Patrick Mahomes made down the stretch, he got the ball to Travis Kelce there in the second half. Remember, Kelce only had 1 catch for 1 yard in the first half.
Yeah, first half was terrible.
8 catches for about 92 yards in the second half. It was pretty incredible stuff from Patrick Mahomes.
Yep, there you go. So Patrick Mahomes MVP and another Super Bowl win, 3 out of the last 5. So people are throwing that word around dynasty. And Travis Kelce's already saying we're going for number 3. I mean, he mentioned that last night before he went off to party because he won the right. What, you got to fight for the right to party? Well, he fought for the right to party, so he's probably still partying. Oh, when's Taylor Swift's next concert? Are they still hanging out?
I'm sure it was a pretty crazy night. Let's go ahead and hear from Patrick Mahomes, David.
I can't even explain what was going through my mind. I was just extreme joy. Didn't even know where to go. I mean, just it's so exciting, man. I'm so proud of the team, so proud of the guys, and to battle to the very end. I mean, that was a microcosm of our season. I said it. That everybody came together and we were able to get the win. And I hope people remember not only the greatness that we have on the field, but the way that we've done it. I mean, I feel like we enjoyed every single day. We have fun. We play hard, and it's not always pretty, but we just continue to fight to the very end. And I know you get fatigue of the team sometimes, of one team winning, but we try to enjoy it and just enjoy the moment that we have together, kind of what we can do every single day to bring the best out of each other.
All right, once again, congratulations to the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl winners last night. All right, so here's a look at what is coming up in the next half hour of GMSA at 9.
If you're looking for a unique flower arrangement for that special someone for Valentine's Day, coming up, we've got some great ideas.
Welcome back. Hey, bit of an update. We are 56 days away now from our total solar eclipse. This is a huge deal. If you haven't made plans already, it's going to be incredible. Monday, April 8th at around 1:30 p.m. A lot of stuff going on here around San Antonio. There's going to be a lot of people in town visiting for this big event. Of course, the Hill Country is kind of the center of the line, but here in San Antonio, at least on the northwest side, we'll be seeing it. Now, there is a article out on KSAT.com if you want to check it out. Mia Montgomery is posting a lot of the events that'll be going on. If you're starting to make your plans, you may want to check that out. But yeah, 56 days away. We can't wait. It is going to be awesome. All right, let's go outside for you. 45 degrees. Dew point is at 33. Wind chill 39. It's a little chilly out there this morning. Grab a coat if you're heading out the door right now. You may not need it necessarily this afternoon, but you will want it right now with wind chill values in the 30s in most spots. 39 Canyon Lakes, what it feels like. 36 in Bulverde. Feels like 33 right now in Kerrville. Those winds, as gusty as they are, we've seen some gusts 30 to 35 this morning, will start to subside as we head into the afternoon. So I think by dinner time, you'll notice that the wind has really let up. And by tonight, that wind will go calm, which will allow temperatures to really fall tonight. Noontime, 55. We should make it up to about 62 today. It stays windy all the way through 4 or 5 o'clock before those winds actually do start to go away. You'll see the winds much lighter, so we'll take away that windy wording there. Here's the big picture. We've got a low spinning here across northeast Texas now. This dropped a lot of snow in the Texas Panhandle yesterday, but it's moving east on the back side of it. That's why we have those gusty winds. And this storm system will continue to move east, producing rain and snow as it does across the east coast, and it will take the gusty winds with it. Then we turn our attention out west. Tomorrow's a beautiful day. We're in between systems. Gorgeous, gorgeous weather. But we got another weak system that'll be trying to work in our direction by Wednesday into Thursday, and that starts to bring in some clouds. So by Wednesday afternoon, it becomes cloudy. No rain. Of course, this is Valentine's Day. No rain, but we could see a little bit of shower activity Thursday and Friday. So here's your Valentine's dinner forecast, fellas, if you're making the plans. Here you go. 62 is what we're looking for on Valentine's Day, or at least around dinner time. Cloudy skies, mostly cloudy skies. Not bad if you have plans to go out. Rain chances after that start to kick in. 20% Thursday, 20% Friday, small chance Saturday, and then turns cooler by the weekend. So the extended forecast, 67 on Tuesday, 62 as we talked about on Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday, 67 Thursday and Friday, 67, 20% chance rain. Front comes through, small rain chance early Saturday, and here's the other big story. By Sunday morning, we could briefly touch freezing again here in San Antonio. We'll be right back.
This Best of Mutton Busted, powered by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers.
Throughout February, we are showing you different ways to celebrate Black History Month. And today, we are spotlighting the nation's only Hispanic-serving institution and historically Black college, St. Philip's College. Tiffany Huertas shows us the impact of the college and how it went from just a day school to a junior college.
Seeing St. Bowden all over the campus, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel proud and thankful and just a pleasant sacrifice and happy to be part of the legacy.
Jennifer Walker grew up hearing stories about her great aunt, Saint Artemisia Bowden.
Seeing her school every day was a constant reminder that this is what's in your DNA.
For 52 years, Bowden led St. Philip's College.
She was 23 when she came here, and she got on a train ride all by herself. She left her good job that she had in North Carolina to take a chance on an opportunity.
James Steptoe Johnston, Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of West Texas, chose Bowden to lead St. Philip's Normal and Industrial School.
He found Miss Bowden and brought her here to create a grammar school. But history and the legend of this individual is that she took it much further. Not only a grammar school, but a vocational school, an industrial school, and now a college.
This wall on campus is a memorial and recognition for all the contributions of past leaders, including Bowden. Dr. Adina Williams-Lawston, president of St. Philip's College, says Bowden overcame many challenges.
During the Depression, the church separated from supporting the college. It was left to Artemisia to keep the school afloat. She brought her family members here, she quit taking a salary, and then she developed many different strategies to raise money for the college.
There are pictures of Bowden around campus, including Dr. Lawston's office.
This is Black History Month, and what it means to me is that it is a time to celebrate and acknowledge the contributions of our elders, the people that made a difference.
This month, Walker is remembering not only the past, but the present and the future.
We're able to look back on what our ancestors accomplished. We're able to be in the present moment and appreciate it as the gift that it is from God, and just be able to love on our family and give educational information and inspiration to everybody that we meet.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
There are many events that you can participate in, including on February 13th at 11 o'clock in the morning, the MLK Turbine Center. You can sharpen your knowledge of Black history with a Kahoot trivia game. Also on February 13th at 12 o'clock, there's going to be a soul food tasting at St. Philip's College. Culinary students are going to be preparing those soul food dishes for you. It takes place at the Tourism, Hospitality, and Culinary Arts Building. So enjoy. We'll be right back. Another busy week ahead at the Justice Center with several court hearings expected today. Eric Hernandez is now joining us. So, Eric, we know a murder trial ended last week as far as the trial goes, but now we're into the punishment phase of this trial.
Yes, and we always kind of remind people there's two phases of a trial. That is the punishment phase now. So last week, Felix Jesus Hernandez had his trial begin and end in a guilty verdict. Hernandez convicted of fatally shooting a woman and then dumping her body in front of a vacant home back in January 2022. A jury last week convicted Hernandez of killing 42-year-old Victoria Stampley. Stampley was found in the 200 block of Post Avenue not far from Broadway and Brackenridge Park. She had left a bar on the St. Mary's Strip with Hernandez and his girlfriend. After an argument broke out inside the car, Hernandez's girlfriend testified he shot her. The jury took about 4 hours Friday to convict Hernandez. The punishment phase will begin today in the 379th District Court. Now, this is a first-degree felony charge. Therefore, Hernandez is looking at facing 5 to 99 years or life in prison. The jury will be the ones to decide that sentence, which could come later today. David?
I was going to say, if they only took 4 hours to decide that he was guilty, then the punishment phase, are we looking at shorter time than that?
You never know. I could never say I could predict a jury. Yeah. Sometimes that part is easier than actually putting a number to what this guy could be, serving in his time. And so we'll see where kind of they decide if they meet halfway. And sometimes the prosecutors or the defense kind of throw a number at them to kind of lead them one way or another, or sometimes they meet in between. So it's a wide range of punishment there, 5 to 99 years. It also depends on what they heard during testimony, and they come back with the lower or higher number.
Well, we know you'll keep your eye on it.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, David.
All right, let's go outside with live cam. Check this out. If you are just waking up after your big Super Bowl party last night, look at that. Woo! This is February right here. See, we're in the mid-40s, a little chill in the air. It's February, for goodness sake.
Today and tomorrow are going to be close to perfect. I mean, today was a little windy, yes. It's a little chilly this morning, but the afternoons are going to be great. I want to show you a satellite picture across Texas and a couple of things to notice here. We've got this storm system moving east. You got a tornado watch box in effect across parts of Florida. Some snow on the backside of this in Oklahoma and Arkansas. But look at the Texas Panhandle. What you're seeing there are not clouds. That is snow on the ground. Lubbock and Amarillo got pounded with some heavy snow on the backside of this storm system, and it stretches basically along I-40 there. Snow from Amarillo to Oklahoma City over to Wichita Falls, and it's still on the ground. It'll be there probably most of today before it melts, but pretty cool sight to see, and it was kind of a winter wonderland up there. Still chilly too. 21 in Lubbock, 25 in Amarillo. When you have snow on the ground, it drags that temperature down, and you can see that with the numbers there in Lubbock and Amarillo. 45 here, 48 in Houston, 52 right now in Corpus Christi. Our forecasts are temperatures right now: 47 in New Braunfels, 47 in Seguin. Wind chill values still in the 30s and low 40s. But our forecast today takes us to 55 by noontime, up to 62 for high sunny skies, and those winds subside tonight. We dip into the low 50s and eventually 40s and even 30s by tomorrow morning. Another look at that forecast and our next rain chance coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Justin, thank you. Okay, so Super Bowl's over, so now here's the next focus. We are just 2 days away from Valentine's Day. Promotions producer David Hurtado takes us to a very special flower shop. They're south of San Antonio.
I'm at a flower shop in Pleasanton, Texas that can help you with arrangements for whatever occasion you may have. And it's run by a mother and daughter team that put their faith in God. And as they like to say, a family that prays together blooms together. I'm here with my Aunt Stella and my cousin Patty. Okay, guys, y'all are gonna put me to work because it is a very busy time of the year right now, right? We've got Valentine's Day coming up, so what are we doing today?
Okay, we have pre-started a Valentine's arrangement.
Okay, let's show the folks. You've got it started here. So what's next? What are we gonna do?
Okay, we're gonna start filling with our snaps. What we do is we clean it down, we cut.
What do you say, Patty, about right there?
Yep.
Like that? Okay, all right. Y'all have plenty of arrangements for Valentine's Day. People need Valentine's Day arrangements,
and
is that correct?
they are all different and unique.
Yeah, I was gonna say, y'all done some pretty unique arrangements. The ones that stuck out to me were, y'all did a barbecue pit with flowers and a saddle with flowers.
Yes. So those were memorial pieces, and we really like to personalize all of those pieces because we feel like it's the last chance that you really get to honor them.
What type of arrangements are y'all gonna offer for Valentine's Day?
We offer our 3-rose bouquet, we offer our half-dozen bouquets, our 1 dozen bouquet, and then it just goes on up from there.
If someone really wants to be good with his significant other, he can do like 4 dozen of roses?
Oh, absolutely. We have a gentleman that always orders that for his wife. So if you want to order the 4 dozen, it's called the Jackie.
It's not just flowers that y'all offer, there's sweets.
We've just partnered up with Dipped by Zaylee. She's offering great treats, chocolate dipped strawberries, different cakes, candies, all sorts of things.
It's not just flowers, it's plants too. I see plenty of plants around here.
We've got a bunch of plants that we dress up.
You know, not everyone likes to receive fresh flowers, but they love plants for their office or their home, and we can just put candies in it and put a beautiful bow and a teddy bear or some treats, whatever they like.
Even though y'all here in Pleasanton, y'all can deliver anywhere, correct?
Yes, we do. We deliver to San Antonio and all to the surrounding areas.
Poteet,
Pleasanton, Jourdanton, Campbellton, Christine, as far as Floresville, Lemming,
and
San Antonio area.
And then of course San Antonio. When it gets busy, especially Mother's Day and Valentine's Day, the whole family pitches in, correct?
Absolutely, yes. We couldn't do this without our family. They come in, some people love to deliver, so they're part of the delivery crew. Some people love to organize orders and make sure that we have balloons and candy and everything. My mom and I and some other helpers, we do all of the floral.
And I know family pitches in because y'all put me to work one Valentine's Day. I remember I was here helping get the flower arrangements all together. So a lot of people are going to be getting flower arrangements for Valentine's Day. And what is y'all's suggestion on making the blooms last longer?
Adding water to your foam
Okay.
When you receive arrangements that are done in foam.
In foam, because these are done in foam,
Yes.
whereas there's different arrangements where it's just a glass base and the flowers in there. That's different. You change your water in that,
Yes,
correct?
you can do that like every 3 days.
So I've heard that people have dried their flowers to save them to that. They last forever.
Once you've already enjoyed them, you can grab them.
And they're starting to wilt?
Yes. Before they really start to wilt, grab them.
Before they start to wilt?
Yes, grab them, tie them upside down, and then your bloom will stay as open as it was and then straight.
So you should hang it upside down to keep the bloom straight. We are done with this beautiful flower arrangement, but there's one last step, right, Stella?
Yes.
What are we gonna do?
We green glow.
Okay, let's green glow it.
This gives a beautiful shine to your greens and a beautiful fragrance.
All right, well, there you go. Unique flower arrangements right here at Family Blooms.
All right, some beautiful arrangements. So, fellas, don't say we didn't warn you. 2 days. 2 days from Valentine's Day. Justin, 2 days from Valentine's Day. I always like to warn Justin. Ursula likes to warn Justin, too. All right, look at the traffic. Where is everybody? They're home recovering from the big Super Bowl party. There's nobody on the road today. They should just make today a national holiday, shouldn't they? All right, as we had to break, there's that road look. We'll be right back. All right, Spurs are currently on their rodeo road trip, and after 3 games, they're still searching for their first road win since January 20th.
Yeah.
The Spurs face the Brooklyn Nets Saturday night. Those are good. So, yeah.
Full disclosure, David. I was like, what is it? I didn't even realize this game was on until it was about like a quarter.
That's where we are now.
Like, yeah, that is exactly where we're at right now. David, 7 straight losses for the Spurs does not look great. And, the one thing I will say, it looks like Victor's kind of getting a little bit worn down now. And he's been it seems like he's been struggling just a little bit more to kind of get his footing in these games. And it has not looked good, certainly so far.
Well, he's not used to playing this many games, for sure, because I'm sure when he was playing with France, they didn't play, 3 or 4 games in 4 or 5 nights or every other night for a week and a half. All right, so here's the silver lining. He's not going to get rest this weekend because he's going to play in the, Shooting Stars, Shining Stars, Rising Stars, whatever that NBA thing is. So he's going to play in that along with Jeremy Sohan. So there's 2 positives for you if you're a Spur fan. You got 2 things going for you for this weekend at the All-Star game, although Victor could probably be home getting some rest. Remember, Tim Duncan didn't like going after a while. I was like, I'd rather be home with my family, feet up on, getting some rest. But, they're 10 and 100, 10 and what? 10 and 43? Is that what they are?
10 and 43.
So that means, quick math, they got like 29 games left?
It sounds about right.
I think the odds of them having the worst record in franchise history are better than them not.
I think they're 4 games off of even their pace last year when they won, 22 games?
They had 22 games.
Yeah, so it has not been pretty. Obviously, they did not make a big deal during the trade deadline. I don't know if that surprised you, because I know we didn't get a chance to talk about that very much on Friday.
They didn't do anything.
Done the rodeo
but you know what? The Spurs historically, they've done a couple of deals a couple of times before the trade deadline in February, but normally through history, they have not done that many deals before the trade deadline in February. They'll wait in the summer and try to pick up some free agents. But for the last 20 years, they really didn't need to. When they had Tim, Tony, Manu, they didn't need to make a whole lot of deals. They're just trying to bring in free agent maybe a small deal just to help supply the bench group. But, they didn't need that. So, that was kind of interesting. So,
all right,
so where are we? We're at 10 and 43.
Here we go.
As we head into the rest of the
7 straight losses. It seems like just yesterday when the Spurs beat the Timberwolves.
Yes,
Spurs beat the Timberwolves, and you were thinking to yourself, oh, you know what? Here we go. We got a little bit of a turnaround here, and then 7 straight losses later. Here we are. They're up in Toronto tonight, David, to continue the road trip.
Canada, eh? All right, so some fun. So they're in Toronto, and then they're done with the East Coast trip, and now they come They take a few steps to getting all the way out to the West Coast. So then it's Dallas Mavericks Wednesday at 7:30. Then they're done for the weekend. They don't play again until next Tuesday or Wednesday. I think I didn't even look that far ahead because it was just those.
Yeah. And you mentioned, David, obviously we will have some some silver and black representation there at All-Star Weekend. Victor, Jeremy Sohan taking part in the Rising Stars tournament. It's going to be kind of fun. Victor being coached by Pau Gasol, former Spur. Yeah, maybe teach him some post moves.
Teach some, some footwork. Wendy's going to also be in the skills challenge. Around the back to the hole for the big slam.
There you go.
For 7'4", 7'3", 4 or 5, depending
dribbling,
on
some shooting, some passing. Yeah. I think Wemby, I think it'll be good kind of for these guys, especially a guy like Victor who's been sort of in this sort of lull to kind of, to have some fun out there, because obviously it's going to be a lot about kind of getting his exposure out there a little bit, kind of building his brand also to this global market, the NBA All-Star Weekend.
All right, we mentioned this a while back, but now that the Super Bowl is over, now that football is done, this is when a lot of Spur fans start really concentrating on the Spurs. So here's my suggestion, once again. Start watching a lot of college basketball so you can start picking out the players that are really good because one of them might be the Spurs' first-round draft pick, and at least you'll be familiar with the way he plays. It doesn't matter. We have no idea where he would come from, where the next first-round pick would come from, unless the Spurs trade the first-round pick. But they're going to have a top 11 pick, probably a top 4 or 5.
Yes. They may end up with
the number 1 pick again.
They may. A name to watch. I don't know. I mean, for people familiar, Isaiah Collier. He is a point guard out of USC and projected to be either the number 1 or 2. And he is a point guard.
He's a point guard.
That is what we need. Or like Justin said earlier, just trade, right, Justin? For Trae Young.
Yeah, I like that idea.
It could be a zoo this summer with what we're doing. Oh, look at there.
Boy.
Zoo camp. Oh, they're enjoying. Look at the flamingos. They're enjoying. They're all in the water. It must not be too bad.
What are those birds in the forefront?
I don't know. What is that? They just flew in for the day.
Are those buzzards?
They look like buzzards. Dang. They just kind of flew in for the afternoon.
Hanging out.
We have a multitude of birds today.
What is he eating?
Maybe that's why there's a buzzard there.
There's something. There's something there. Hey, it's nature. Oh, there goes a zoo worker. We're going to collect this. He just took away lunch.
Oh, boy.
If you only knew he was on zoo camp.
Wow. He's going to have friends and family.
Calling him. Go, hey, dude, we saw you pick up that dead whatever it was and put it in the bag.
Wow. Oh, man.
Okay. And the flamingos scattered. They went, hey, that dude.
That's live TV for you right there, folks.
That's pretty good.
Anyway.
Wow. Great day to go to the zoo.
Indeed it is.
That's pretty good.
Indeed it is. It's a little chilly. Now, it'll warm up nicely this afternoon. Next couple of days will be really, really nice. A lot of people did not get as much rain as they had hoped over the weekend. We picked up a little bit here in San Antonio, but not a lot. Not as much as we hoped. It was all around us. There were some good cells. We had some severe weather. It just didn't happen over San Antonio. So we're at 7.59 for the year. We're still well above average. Del Rio picked up a little bit, 5,700. They're just a little bit below average now. Austin's at about 8 inches. So we're still doing okay. We've got some more rain chances ahead. Not big ones, but we do notice some showers potentially making their way into the area Thursday and Friday. This will be light rain. Wouldn't be anything heavy. But that'll be our next rain chance by the end of the work week. In the meantime, we get to enjoy the blue skies. 45 at the airport. Dew point is at 33. Northwest-northwesterly wind at 14. Wind chill is at 39. So it still feels cold out there thanks to those gusty winds. And wind chill values are in the 30s and 40s, generally area-wide. 41 is what it feels like in Seguin. 40 in Comfort. Feels like 35 right now at Bernie Stage. Our wind gust forecast today. Winds will start to subside as we head into the afternoon hours. I still think over the next couple of hours you can see some gusts 30 to 35. But by the afternoon, more in the range of 10 to 15. And then by tonight, those winds really start to relax. And you'll see less in the way of winds that strong. Temperatures today, 62 here in San Antonio is what we're forecasting. There will be some 50s in the hill country, mid-60s down to the south, but very comfortable numbers. And tomorrow could be even nicer. We'll have less wind. It'll be a little bit warmer, and we'll still have some sunny skies. Here's the situation, our setup. We've got our lows spinning. We showed you at the top of 9:30, the snow across the Texas Panhandle is still there, but the skies have cleared. We've got those gusty north winds on the backside, but this low moves east takes a lot of the rain and snow with it. It'll take the gusty winds with it too. And so then we turn our attention out west. Now, this is tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Still really nice. We're in between systems, but weak storm system works its way towards our area by Wednesday. And this starts to increase the clouds. It starts to bring moisture into our area, and it probably becomes cloudy by late on Wednesday. Could affect some Valentine's Day plans, although it doesn't bring any rain with it. So this is just cloudy skies. You could be a little bit cooler because of that. It's not until Thursday, as we said, that we start to add in a few rain chances. And most of those chances, honestly, are going to be to our south, and that's why we have low odds, 20%. Dew point trend over the next 6 days. Dew points do climb by Wednesday, and that's why we see more clouds. Peak Thursday and Friday with those small rain chances, and then they fall off Saturday. We get a frontal boundary on Saturday, and this one's going to be fairly strong. Knocks our temperatures down into the 50s. And notice Sunday morning, we could be down to 32. So another light freeze. We get a lot of questions about when's that average last freeze? When is it going to happen? When are we going to see the last freeze for the year? It's always a good question. Our average last freeze is around February 24th, but meteorologist Sarah Spivey is actually working on an article right now for KSAT.com about our last freeze and when we generally expect that, if you want to check it out. But that's a look at the 7-day forecast. All in all, not bad.
The last freeze we ever had, I thought it was in April, right?
April 3rd is the latest we've ever had a freeze.
All right.
So it still can happen in March. Yeah.
Well, hang in there.
Yeah.
Look forward to that article, too. All right, it's 9:51, and it is a nice 47 degrees. We'll be right back. Another shot of TransGuide with Traffic Authority. Look at that. Hardly anybody on the roads. That's I-10 Crivelese. There's Ingram North right around Loop 410. You know, the main thing you have to worry about this morning, if you're getting in your cars, make sure you have your sunglasses with you. Look at that bright sun out there.
It's true. It's true. A lot of people wanted to break their phone or alarm this morning when it went off, too.
I bet they
throw it
did.
across the room.
Yep.
I came early. 62 today, sunny, 67 Tuesday. Great weather to start the week. It'll be chilly tomorrow morning, too. Ash Wednesday and Valentine's Day, we get an increase in clouds, 62 because of that. And look for a small chance of rain Thursday and Friday before a front comes through and clears it out, but makes it chilly this weekend.
All right, so we've been talking about the Super Bowl last night. The Chiefs win. They are on the doorstep, if not a dynasty, because they've won 3 out of the last 5. So that puts them in a pretty distinct category. Patrick Mahomes, 3 out of 5. He's only 28. Is he going to be the next GOAT? But we also know that you have been really concerned about the halftime show. You were really looking forward to the halftime show as well as the game.
Listen.
And there he was. So your impressions of Usher and Friends.
Listen, he's great. See, me and Usher are like the same age. So, you know, it's like there's that's my generation. But I like the fact that he brought out Alicia Keys.
Did you know she was going to show up?
No, but that's the fun of it.
See, you were
Lil Jon. It was all good.
It was all good.
I liked it. It was one of my more favorite halftime shows.
And, of course, there was the Taylor Swift tracker. We were all worried about whether or not Taylor Swift would make it from Tokyo from her concert. It was yesterday, the day before. I don't even know when it was. Now there was like 17-hour time difference.
With her crew.
With her crew. It seemed like she changed her crew every quarter.
Well, she was excited.
She was excited.
Hey, listen, my little girls were more excited about the Super Bowl than they've ever been. And
See?
You know what? It was fun.
And she was up there talking to the NFL commissioner last night. You can only imagine he's thanking her for bringing in a whole new audience.
For sure.
Speaking of audience, we'll see you back here at